All right, guys, what's happening in today's video? I'm going to show you a little bit about this tool called Rapid URL Indexer. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up here and I am going to show you a little bit about how this tool works. So one of the things that's interesting, we'll open up ChatGPT first. And I think this will help if I can spell. And let's say that you're trying to put out blog content, right? And so you say, please write me a good blog about marketing for my WordPress site, 2,500 words, keywords, stuff for digital marketing, and backlink for me. So let's say I do this, right? And I put this as a prompt and I say, okay, this is how I'm going to put out this blog content, right? And so it starts writing this whole article here. And then let's just say that I want to come over here to let's go to the website, WordPress, and let's say I want to actually put a post out here. Now, this is, I have a couple different posts, right? This is WordPress.com. I have a core WordPress like this, right? I have like a core website that I put stuff on. And a lot of the blogging that you would do, you'd have to get the frameworks from some of this type of content, right? And so you could post some of this social content wherever you want. And when you write these things in this blog kind of format, the thing is you want to have backlinks, right? So this particular article here backlinks to another article, and you can kind of push links back and forth, and that really helps control the way that all that SEO and linking works. So when someone's looking for something you're good at, they can actually find this, right? And so the whole point of today's video is going to be talking a little bit about how Rapid URL Indexer actually works. And the reason that I want to have Rapid Indexer is when I have one of these URLs, let's suppose I look at one of these blogs here and I grab this URL that we were just talking about. It's hard to say the celebrity news, like what is the domain authority of this particular website. In order for this to actually show up and be something that gets indexed, you have to have some content that is put back here. You have to tell Google this has content that is worth indexing. And so what happens is there's this tool called Rapid URL Indexer, and if I just was to take this article and it just gets posted on a syndicate, it's going to take a long time to show up on Google, and it's not really going to be that helpful. So what you do when you either write a blog post, right? So we can go into the core blog here and you can go grab this blog. Instead of taking, you could have a blog post, or you could have one of these external posts, or any of the content that you put out there. And what you can do is you can actually take these URLs and you can go put them into Rapid URL Indexer. And so this tool, basically what you can do is you could say Connor Personal, you come in here, you buy credits. It's really inexpensive too. Let's just check this out really quick, right? Pricing $25 for 500 credits. And if it indexes, you don't have to repay for it. For $68, you can buy 1,500 credits. You can go crazy here, right? 50,000 credits. I don't have that many links that I need, but for the right person, this might be something that's pretty useful. So you go buy this, whatever, and then you create a project. So you go to My Projects in here, and you call it, let's say, Connor Test for YouTube. And then what you do is you grab the URLs here, and you can copy and paste these over here. So we can paste this one here. And then we can put another one, and we can go grab an internal blog. And the reason I want to show this is I'm showing you guys what it looks like to have different blogs. As you will recall, this particular blog is on somebody else's domain, Celebrity News. This one's on an internal blog, and just to do one even better, we can do a WordPress hosted. This is a third-party one, and we can actually try to grab this article. So if I grab this article here that was just on the home page, I can grab this, and I can also paste it in here. You have to put them on their own line. So let's look at what we've done. We've taken Celebrity News, that link. It's got the keyword, the core keyword. We got the main blog, great. And then we have a WordPress.com backlink blog. Now you'll notice that they all have the same keyword in here, which is fine, right? Doesn't matter if you're a business, maybe you want to index it for that business, doesn't really matter. What you can do is you can click enable email notifications. It's going to say you have 95 credits, whatever credits you're going to have. And when you submit this, all right, what this is going to do is it's going to dock 3 credits, so they're down to 92, and it's going to start a new project available in 96 hours. So effectively what's happening is it's taking these URLs and it's feeding it over to Google, taking this one and feeding it over to Google, taking this one and feeding it over to Google, and telling it that these are real articles that exist that Google maybe hasn't picked up yet. Now, important is when you do third-party articles and you write for other sources, you will find that you will have backlinks. So you notice here on this third-party article, Celebrity News, it gets backlinked with a link here that comes back to the website. From the website here, you can click learn more, you can go to an about page, whatever it is, and then you can go and you can find other articles, right? I think there's a blog thing here where you can go back and see other articles, right? Now, if you can create third-party backlinks that come to your core website built on WordPress, and you can do a WordPress.com, I don't know, right here, WordPress.com, if you do all of these, right, you'll notice that there's a whole bunch that I actually have recent posts and then about page and all this stuff. This will help you index for the keywords that you want. Now, the one thing I will say before you go really deep in Rapid URL Indexer, what you can actually do is you can come into here and say, I want to rank articles that talk about short-term rentals. What are the top searched topics on Google and YouTube that I should write about? And don't worry about the spelling, it'll fix it, of course, here, but check this out. Here's something that's really, really interesting, right? It's going to look up what people are already having blogs on, right? So like Rabu. Rabu is a huge tool that's out there, and you can go see exactly what they're putting out on the internet in terms of content. So check this out. Top short-term rental trends every investor should know. It's got the keywords for 2025. They have all this information here about, using AI and all this other stuff, right? And they have all these other blogs that are in here. So basically what ChatGPT is doing is it's saying, hey, this would be a good topic to blog on if you wanted to rank for that. Here's some examples, okay? And you should write on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I like topic number 1. Please give me 5 article topics that I could write about. And so what it's going to do is it's going to spit this out here. It's going to say, here's this, here's this, here's this. Now, the cool thing about using ChatGPT to figure this out is it's going to give you your keywords, right, which are really, really important, because let's say if you wanted to rank for these keywords, you would want to put that in the article. So AI dynamic pricing, short-term rentals, right, short-term rental automation, Airbnb messaging. And so it gave us 5 different topics. Now, important, really, really, really important, when you write these articles, you have to figure out what platform you're writing on. So you have to say, write me the first article. It's for a personal WordPress blog. Make sure I get a backlink, or make sure I, have a spot where I reference the keywords and leave a spot for a backlink. So what it's going to do here is it's going to go spit this out, right? How AI dynamic pricing tools are revolutionizing short-term rentals in 2025. So it writes an introduction. It does the keywords here, right, by making that a header tag. That's going to be much better. And then it's going to give you all this content here. And this is going to put the whole article together. Now, let's suppose you wanted to draft this actual article. We can actually go in here, and I don't think this would be a problem to show this, but if it is, maybe this gets cut out of the video. So come in here. I guess we can't do that on here. But you take the article and you'd actually go post the article. And what you can do every time you post, you can actually go take the exact keywords. You can just go copy and paste this exact article here, okay? And it's going to tell you, here's the integration, right? Keyword spot. You're going to insert all the keywords so that it gets picked up. And then you can put a backlink to wherever you'd like to go. What you can also do is give me the Yoast keyword. So if you use WordPress, you're going to be able to install a tool, Yoast SEO, and it's going to be able to pull out these keywords, which tells it exactly what's going on, right? So it's got a primary focus keyword. Great. That's going to be tied to the article, which is going to tell Google exactly what you're writing about. And then there's all these secondary keywords. There in Yoast, there's a meta description, has a keyword length, a meta description. And then probably the most important part is this slug, okay? This slug is basically the URL that happens in your blog. So it's website.com/blog/this. If you can cluster all of this together inside the Yoast tool, when you write this kind of content, what you're going to find is that it's going to actually rank. And so the purpose of me putting this video together was showing you, number one, you got to write good content. You got to backlink the content. You got to use ChatGPT to figure out what people are looking for. But on top of that, if you use this rapid URL indexer tool, it will actually help you index these articles significantly faster, because what it does is it takes them and pushes them to Google and say, hey, this article's here. I know it's taken a while to crawl, but here's the article, go index it right away. So hopefully that's helpful. If you want to see more videos like this around content writing, let me know. I'm going to try to put out more marketing videos on the YouTube channel. I know it's bouncing around a little bit here, but a lot of people have asked me for this kind of content, so I'm going to put this out. And if you have questions, just drop it in the comments. Thanks so much.